What's up, guys? Today we're going to work on a split cup. We're going to do vinyl on one side and a little bit of glitter on the other. I'm starting with a prepped cup. I sanded it down, cleaned it off, and spray painted it prickly pear from Rustolium. Let that dry, and then we are going to apply the vinyl. So I'm going to do the hinge method. So I'm going to pull back a little bit of the vinyl and snip off about an inch of the backing. I'm going to line it up on my cup where I want it. I'm looking at the bottom here because I just want it right above the very bottom. That way we don't have anything wrinkled up, or that way we don't have to trim anything off the bottom. So I'm going to get it where I want it, and then I'm going to stick a piece of the one side that I had cut the backing off of. I'm going to smooth that down all the way up the cup. And then we're going to remove the backing. I'm going to lift up the backing a little bit, and then I'm going to smooth the vinyl onto the cup with my fingers, but it's also going to push the backing off the vinyl at the same time. Once I have the vinyl on, I'm going to make sure it's smoothed down really good. I'm going to look for air bubbles, and if I have any air bubbles, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to poke a hole or a slit and just rub the air out. I'm going to trim off the top of this vinyl now. I'm going to cut most of it off, that way it's just not in my way. I'm going to pull it tight around the rim, make sure we have it all flat, and then I'm going to take my knife and just slice right along the rim. Now for the other side, we're going to glitter it. So I'm going to tape off my vinyl. I'm going to put it right on the edge, and I'm going to do the tack it method. I'm going to take some tack it over and over. I'm going to put a little bit in my medicine cup, and then I like to add a drop or two of water just to thin it out some. I think it goes on easier that way. I think you can get it smoother. So I'm going to mix that up, and then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to apply it to the cup. After I have it applied to the cup, I'm going to try to smooth out all of the lines as best I can. You don't want to be able to see too many brush strokes, because then you'll be able to see that in the glitter once we have it on. So once I have this applied, I'm going to let it dry. I actually went in with my heat gun and sped up the drying process. You know it's dry when it's not wet, but it is super sticky. I do 2 coats of the tack it, and then I dry it with my heat gun, and once it's dry, we will go in with the glitter. So the glitter I'm using for this cup is Diamonds from the Inspired Angels. And I'm just going to dump it all over this whole side that we have the tack it. once I have all the glitter applied, I'm going to rub this glitter flat, essentially, with my hand. And anything that falls off the cup, I save. I know a lot of people don't, but I haven't had any issues with saving the glitter after a tack it method. So I'm going to rub it down really well, get all that glitter laying flat. Once we are happy with the way it looks, I'm going to peel back my tape. And then this cup is going to go for 1 coat of epoxy. I used Flynn Sisters Fast Cure. And once that's cured, we're going to come back and we're going to put on some decals. So now we have 1 coat of epoxy on, and we're going to go in with our decals. So the decal that I have here says ruffle some feathers. I cut it out in white, and then I have an offset in this opal green yellow vinyl. I thought it would go good. So I'm going to layer the white on top of the green. I'm not that great at layering, so I did go out of frame a lot during the decal process. These gave me a pretty hard time. I will just let you guys watch and see how it comes together. My E was totally wonky here, so I'm just taking my knife and gently lifting it off, and then I'm going to replace it where it needs to go. When it's time to put it on the cup, I stand the cup up. I feel like I can get a better straight on view at it, so it helps me put the decal on straight. before you put your decal on, you do want to make sure that you are in the middle of the cup. So I put my fingers on where the vinyl is on the sides and make sure I am looking at the middle. Now when it comes to the leaves, I was really indecisive. I did not know where I wanted them to go, but I knew the cup needed something. So you're going to see me take them off, put them back on. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I wasn't really loving it. It did turn out pretty cute though. Once I have the leaves where I want them, I do trim off the vinyl that is hanging over into the vinyl section. I just trimmed that on the line. Now for the pinstripes. Since this cup is tapered, I wanted the sections to look as straight as I could get them. So I laid my vinyl stripe down, and I didn't want to move it because I had it where I wanted it. But then also parts of the leaf was under my vinyl. So what I ended up doing was trimming off the leaf, lifting up the vinyl, and taking the piece of leaf that was under the vinyl out. So I'm just going to trim right up next to the stripe that I laid down. And then I'm going to carefully lift it up and remove the trimmed off piece of the leaf. Once I have all the decals on, I'm going to take some Mod Podge and go over the whole section with the decals. I don't want anything lifting when I go to put epoxy on here. After this, I did 2 more coats of epoxy, and here it is. Not too bad. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye!